Hello, welcome to Summer Talk 013. Today I want to talk about how can a team have better communication. How a team have a better communication. As we all know, to have efficient communication is very important for a company. One of the most important is have good, healthy communication. So maybe once a day in the morning, 5 minutes, or once a week, 30 minutes to 1 hour communication to check on the workflow, see what's the work, how is the work. So today I want to introduce two theory. The first one is called transactive memory. Transactive memory. When a team works together for quite a long time and the people know each other, and we know people's background or their information well, then sometimes there is something about this information we might not use at this moment. Then we store it in our brain for the long-term purpose. Maybe someday there's some information come up and this message has popped out. So this is called a transactive memory. It's when we know each other well and there's some information we know about this person that it's not using at this moment, but we might be able to use in the future. As we all know, a team work, a team memories, it's always better than one person's memories. So when we need information, then a team get together, discuss, communicate. Sometimes it has some very good information that come out to help the leader to make a decision. So in 1989, there is a test. There is tested for 200 students, 200 groups of students, which is first they give individual person a test. Then the second one is give 200 groups a test. Then result came out is the group score. The group score is better than average individual score. And also, that's first result. It's a group score is better than any average individual score. The second result is a group score. It's better than the best individual score. Then there's an interesting third result came out is 3 out of 200. So there's 3 people in a group that their individual score is better than the group score. Very, very rare. Only 3 out of 200 that it's better than the group score. And we are not going to talk about the third point. Basically, the third point says the 3 out of 200, that 3 people are why they success in the future, become a very successful entrepreneurs. But today we are focused on group score are better than any individual score, and also group score are better than any average individual scores. So from this result, we know that group thinking are better than individuals thinking. I don't know if you recognize this. Sometimes when you have a meeting, you write down what's in the meeting, and you thought that you know it all. But when a group get together, some people are using different perspective to see things that you don't know about, and from different view or something that you might forgot, but they remembered. So that's why we call the transactive memory for the first one. To have a good group healthy communication is so important for a company. So the second one is called the word coffee cafe theory. When such a big company, maybe like GE, has so many divisions in different areas. So one time the boss came to this division, want to visit employees. But when the boss visit employee, they don't want just talk to the top management people, they also want to talk to everyone in the company. So how do they do this? So they set up, they rent a bigger conference room or hotel or whatever that can hold more than 20, 30, 50 tables. So there is one person responsible for one table, and that person who is responsible for that table is holding a question that the company has been discussed, the employee has been discussed about the questions in the list. So one person who is responsible holding a question that never changed in that table. And the rest of the 9 people in that table are taking a turns to change table, change to next table, and change to next table. So each group discussion is about 30 minutes. So 30 minutes in this table, they move to next table, they move to next table in turn, take turns. So the way they do this is the person who is responsible for the table writing down what's the result for the discussion, what's the suggestion that people came out from brainstorm for the solution for the questions. So then later they find out this is such a good way to do it because many questions that you can solve in inner circle, inside the company, you can solve a lot of questions. But for the question that has not been solved yet, and that needs to be give up to upper management people or to the leaders, to the company top people to solve the question. But after discussion, they find out, they know, the top people knows who are they going to talk to in the future and which department they are going to find out the answer. So the 2 advantage for this word coffee cafe theory is first, for a big meeting, you are not discuss something small problems. You're going to discuss the problem that has been write down on the list, that everyone agree, everyone focus on the questions. Then second advantage is, instead of discussing misleading the direction, you are focused on the question that each table have that never changed. Question, focus on the question. So 2 advantage. First is you discuss the question instead of small question, but it's the focus question. Then second one is not misleading but focus. So also this theory, word coffee cafe theory, also apply to people, group people with 20 or 30 people, 10 people. It's not just for a big company with hundreds of people, also for the small groups too. So to have a good communication, it's very important for a company. So how can a team have a better communication? Try to use transactive memory and the word coffee cafe theory. This is Summer Talk 013. See you. Bye-bye.